Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, folks, depending whatever time frame that you guys are based. My name is Naeem Aslam, and I work as a Chief Market Analyst for AvaTrade. So let me just turn on everything, if you guys can actually see me, because today I do have the camera. There we go. So here we are. So for the first time, putting the face to everything. Why is it like that? Let me just make it a little bit, because I was trying earlier to get this a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, so great to have all of you to join us in our every Wednesday. Obviously we hold this masterclass, and then in this masterclass what we talk about various different topics, such as how to trade stocks, how to trade indices, how to trade the US NFP. But next week what we do have is something really exciting, because next week, folks, what we're going to do is we're going to do a masterclass on cryptos. And I'm sure all of you guys are very excited about cryptos, and if you haven't seen anything over there, just before we continue any further, please please say yes or no if you can hear me, if you can see me, and if you can also see my display. If everything is good, just say yes. That'd be good. Great. All right. Thank you so much. So once again, my name is Naeem Aslam. I work as a Chief Market Analyst for AvaTrade. I come with a wealth of 15 years of trading experience. During this period, I have worked as a hedge fund trader for Bank of New York Mellon, as an equity trader for Bank of America. So I do know the both sides of the world, because we were working with the banks, it was pretty much, you know, institution side, and then now working with the brokers is pretty much the retail side, where you guys are predominantly based. That's a little bit about myself. So, you know, on a daily basis, we put a lot of different content out, which is written by myself. And let's continue our webinar. And we can, if you have any questions throughout this period, please feel free to put them right there, and then I'll be more than happy to look at them as we go along. Right. Okay. So first things first, as always, risk warnings and disclosures. So anything which will be discussed in this video cannot be perceived as an advice. If you are seeking for one, please do consider consulting with your own financial advisors. Now, in terms of something which is quite important, folks, and I have emphasized on this several times with you guys as well before, there is nothing more important for you guys as a trader, as an investor, than to be on Twitter, because Twitter is very important, very interactive. You guys have the opportunity to ask questions directly if you don't understand anything, but more importantly, you know, any information, when you see those sudden upward or downward moves, those moves are predominantly happen because some fundamental news have come out, whether it's to do with the economy, which moves, you know, everything, forex, commodities, and equities, but whether it is something to do with the macro economy, like how Trump used to trade and used to tweet all the time, and I'm sure Joe Biden is going to do very similar as well. So, you know, when all of a sudden you see the move, like from here to pop, or all of a sudden to there, so that all that sort of a news, it can easily be given to you. You can have that news by just being on Twitter. And when you are on a Twitter, you know, here are the handles right in front of you guys, which is Naeem Aslam 23 is my handle. And I'll show you guys on a Twitter platform as well how to go around and find that, how to subscribe to it. And then of course AvaTrade is the one which is for AvaTrade. On a daily basis, folks, in addition to all of this, you know, we got about 60 odd people plus in this room right now. So it is very important that you guys are paying attention to what I'm saying, because as an investor and trader, these are very key elements for you guys to really understand. So on a daily basis, I do put out several different research notes, of course, on our website, but also in a video format, just like how I'm talking to you guys. and that is on our YouTube channel. First of all, it is AvaTrade's YouTube channel. I will show you guys again, and then of course on my own YouTube channel, which is Naeem Aslam. So what we do on those channels is we do two different sort of videos. One is just your normal video, which will give you information in a very digestible and easy way, so for you guys to really understand what exactly is going on with the market. And then secondly, it is your technical analysis, which is for traders who have a little bit more understanding of technical analysis and a bit more experience within this field. So let me just go out and then show you guys what do I mean exactly by this, and then how you guys can really find all that information. So here we go. So beginning with this one, so if this one pops up, so there we go. So what we have over here right now is obviously this is my Twitter account, and as you can see, the handle is right over here. And then in a normal way, what you will have is you will have an sign over here to follow and so on and so forth. So just click and hit that, and then you get the notifications at the same time. What you get in return is, all the information, because right now Chancellor of Exchequer is speaking right now, and then I'm reading all the tweets as they come along. So all this sort of information is very, very important for sterling, how sterling is going to trade on back of that. And then right here, over here, we do put some funny videos as well. This is earlier I was on a TRT wall, because obviously I do all the TV interviews like the likes of CNBC, Bloomberg, and so on and so forth. So it's pretty good with that. So and then this is your technical analysis videos. And so the more important thing, folks, over here is really, this is your opportunity to ask questions about anything that you don't understand. So this is why I say that they're very, very important for you guys to figure it out. Now, over here, now you wanted to find AvaTrade. I'm just going to show you how to do it. So you click Ava in the search box in the Twitter, and then you'll have an AvaTrade account, the first one popping up. But make sure you follow the one with the right blue tick on it, because what this shows is that this is a verified account. So very, very important to do that. And now let's continue this exercise. And then similarly, what you do is you go to YouTube, you type Naeem Aslam over there, so to find the account on Twitter. So when you go there, this is my account right here. So I'll highly recommend you guys to subscribe, to get notification on them, because obviously we have a lot of information over here on a daily basis, live videos going out to you guys as well, so where you can just come and jump in and then ask me as many questions as you want. So make sure that you do subscribe those channels as well. So similarly, over here you have AvaTrade. So the moment that you pop onto AvaTrade, right over here, you have the sign which says subscribe, and then get the notification straight to you guys. Again, very, very important for you guys to have these ones, because it will give you all the information wherever you are. So that's why I think for me it's very, very important, because obviously I learned quite a lot from out of this the free space world when I was in school. So I would certainly recommend you guys, because now the content is really great, because we put so much great information on a daily basis. Now let's continue with our agenda. So in terms of AvaTrade's unique technology, something that I wanted to bring to your attention is that AvaProtect is a revolutionary one-click risk management tool available on our platform, WebTrader and AvaTrade app Go. With AvaProtect, you can purchase protection against loss for a defined period after opening a position. So whenever you're not sure, you just buy an insurance. That's what pretty much it is. And this is the procedure right in front of you. So go to the AvaTrade, select an instrument, click on Protection icon, choose protection period, choose the fee, and then complete the trade. That's what pretty much it. Right now, everything is available on FX, gold, and silver, but not on equities, but that will be also available soon as well. So let me just see some of the questions. It is not true that about 90%, 95% of retail traders cannot be successful. Grant, I completely agree. That's primarily because of their lack of discipline. If you have a discipline, then you will become successful. Again, AvaProtect, this particular insurance product is pretty good, because if you're wrong, you get your money back. I'm really looking forward to learning from a professional. I want to be a profitable trader. Okay, thank you. I'm looking forward to your BTC and crypto webinars. Look, BTC and crypto webinar is next week, but as I said, the YouTube channel, Naeem Aslam, which I mentioned, of course, on AvaTrade, we do put a lot of videos on a daily basis. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification, because the moment that you do it, look, someone has just subscribed to the channel and I get the notification straight away, and that is one of you guys. You know, right now I have more than 80 people now joining to it, and only 2 people actually listening and willing to do something about their trading. If you actually want to listen and if you actually want to do something, then do something about it. I've just told you 2 things, important things. Subscribe to Twitter to get all the latest information straight to your mobile notification, just like that over here. And secondly, YouTube is the best way. Subscribe to the channel, understand what exactly is going on. Don't understand anything, ask the questions, put comments there. Be very happy to go down that way, and then I'll explain everything to you guys. So again, you know, your information, if you wanted to have special session on anything, just put the comments on YouTube, and then I'll be very happy to do that. So once again, I'm going to show you the handle. So this is Naeem Aslam, Naeem Aslam, not 23, so just Naeem Aslam. YouTube channel is Naeem Aslam. AvaTrade is AvaTrade YouTube channel. On Twitter, these are the handles once again. So let's continue. And now what we're going to do now today, as always, what we're going to do is, before we jump into the stocks, we're going to look at which is your leading and lagging index, and then we will measure stuff from there, and then we will look at the sectors, which sectors are really performing quite well from there, and then special stocks under COVID-19. So I'll be looking at companies like Netflix, Disney Plus. In airlines, I look at Boeing. In pharma, we look at Johnson & Johnson, something we mentioned before as well, and Pfizer, again, another great company. Online retailer, we will look at Amazon, eBay, Alibaba. In Chevron, in energy sector, because that is a very, very leading sector right now, we'll look at Chevron, Exxon, and Shell. In banks, we'll look at Bank of America, Citi, Barclays, and Goldman Sachs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out the Mt4 platform. Great, man. Thank you for subscribing that. So tweets on not only Twitter. Make sure you hit it. You hit it on YouTube. You know, YouTube is very, very important. Charles, just speaking to you over there, and thank you for the comments there. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out the Mt4 platform for you guys, because I'm sure that you guys have already seen this platform. But right now, in front of you, what you have is this is Bloomberg Terminal. Obviously, this comes at a huge cost, and this is for Bloomberg Profession, called Bloomberg Profession for professional people. It comes with a £2,000 subscription per month, so I don't think that is quite reasonable for you guys to pay when you don't have that much of a big account. But this AvaTrade's Mt4 platform is perfectly fine. I'll give you all the premium information from Bloomberg, so you don't have to get all that information. I'll give all that information to you guys for free, and then we will plug all that information right here in Mt4 platform, and then we will just start talking about that from there onwards. So here we go. So now what we have in terms of Mt4 is we're going to measure the indices first of all. So I'm going to click on S&P 500 index, and I'm going to look at the S&P 500 index with respect to its previous highs. Now, obviously, where the previous high for this one is right over here, right? Because this was the highest high. Now, S&P 500 index hasn't reached that level. That's the one key point that we've got to take away. Number 2 is, yes, the S&P 500 index is trading above the 50-day, which is in pink, and it is also trading above the 100-day, which is in orange, and finally above the 200-day simple moving averages. The color of these moving averages will remain same in every single in every single asset class that I will bring. And when I say asset class, I mean like Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and of course any other stock that I believe, they are all called asset classes, so they will remain the same. So the two key takeaways from this one is that yes, the price is trading near the all-time high, but it hasn't made the all-time high. Number 2 is that it is trading above all the moving averages. Now, S&P 500 index, by default, what it represents is it represents the overall market better, because these are your top 500 stocks over in the United States, right? All right, thank you, Charles. Thank you. Now we do exactly the same, pretty much the same for the Dow Jones as well. Now, and like for likes, what we're going to do is we're going to go onto the daily time frame as well. So when we look at the daily time frame for the Dow Jones, this was a previous all-time high, right? Formed the week before Monday, and this was the all-time high which got hit yesterday, and of course today as well. We made another all-time high in terms of the futures again. Now, clearly, what this tells me is, thank you, Thomas, thank you. So what we are looking in terms of a Dow Jones is that, look, the Dow Jones index is better because it is taking all-time new highs consistently, when the S&P 500 index is sitting near to its previous high. So this is your previous high. It is sitting right over here, so still not going above that. While when the Dow Jones, we see is going above, so right over here we see that. So of course Dow Jones is your stronger index as compared to the S&P 500 index. Now, when it comes to the NASDAQ index, NASDAQ is your tech sector. S&P 500 is your energy sector, your banking sector, your tourism sector, your every single sector that you can probably think of. Everything is pretty much coming right over there. But with the NASDAQ, is purely your tech sector and tech sector mainly. So what we see with respect to the NASDAQ is that all-time high was back in August. After that, price did try to come near that, but failed, moved lower. And then again, the price did come to move close to the previous highs, but no, moved lower. And then thirdly, during the last 2 days, when every other index was pretty much holding highs, with respect to NASDAQ, we didn't see that. So what this tells us that technology is not the sector that we really wanted to be in right now. What we really wanted to be in is we wanted to be in airline sectors, companies like Boeing. We got to hit really hard on. Any other airline that you can possibly think of, they are all pretty much a very good buy, especially American Airlines, United Airlines, Delta, Ryanair, EasyJet, Wizz Air. These are very, very good airlines, you know, in terms of a stock portfolio that you may want to add into them. And of course, the energy sector as well, which we will look at it now. Okay, so now, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to look at Bank of America. So I'm just going to push these questions a little bit away. So there you go. So the Bank of America, the weekly chart, what it shows is that because now we are on a weekly chart. So these moving averages, which are right over here, they're going to switch from daily to weekly. So the pink one becomes your 50-week moving average, the orange one becomes your 100-week moving average, and the green one becomes your 200-week moving average. Now, what we see is that there's a massive momentum to the upside. Obviously, you know, back in at the start of this year in January, the prices were they really did drop massively, and now the prices have gone way above. I mean, at the time the prices were trading at $18 or $17. Now the prices have gone to $28. Nothing close to what we call a double, but now the momentum is coming back in the banking sector. That's why it is very important for us to keep an eye on these particular stocks and then make sure that we are bumping on them, we are hitting on these stocks very good. So for now, the momentum is really up. The breakout trade happened about a day ago when the prices just crossed above these moving averages. So you just take the breakout trade. So the breakout trade pretty much is the moment the price trades above the 100, the last moving average, whether that is your 100, whether that is your 50. So you have one moving average, you have a second moving average, you have a third moving average. The moment the price crosses above the last, meaning that the toppest moving average, what you do right there then is you put a breakout trade, anything, even 1 cent above that, you go in, you go long, and then you try to catch that move. So that's when the opportunity really happened. But right now, what has happened is the price has ran into a major resistance level right over here. So this means that now you can have another opportunity in terms of this particular price level right over here. So between 28.37 to 29.01, now you have another opportunity that the prices can actually retrace from here, and then that retracement can potentially come towards 27.90, which is where your 100-week moving average is trading in. But any small retracement in a day or two can be one opportunity, or the second opportunity will be the moment the price breaks out of this resistance zone, meaning above 29.01. you go in pretty much. Where do you put your stop losses? You put your stop losses below the 200-day simple moving average, which is trading in around $27.58. So that is the analysis with respect to this one. So let me just move. And in terms of a resistance, what you really wanted to target, you don't want it to target anything, literally anything less than 32. I mean, I would really go nothing less than 32. So this is my first target. And I'd be honest, like I would even target the right top of this particular chart. So that means that we can target all the way to 35. Now, obviously, on this particular one, I have spent a lot more time. Now we're going to pick up a little bit more pace, because everything will pretty much remain the same, and then we are going to do that. So now the next stock within the banking sector is what we're going to look at is your Goldman Sachs. The same concept, weekly time frame, we are moving higher, you know, from a March low, we are very much up, because around that it was 135. Now we are at 246, still not double, but there's still a lot of room left to the upside. With this one, what we're really looking at is that let the price come into this resistance zone to 246 to 250. There is no trade with respect to that, because the trade really happened 2 weeks ago when the prices broke above the 200-week moving average. And I believe 2 weeks ago, we also did a webinar masterclass on this one. Again, all those ones are on our YouTube channel, so have a look on that. Again, that is quite an important one too for you to look at. Now, in terms of technology, the next sector that we're really looking at is Google. Obviously, Nasdaq is very small. It's an index which is facing a lot of selling pressure, and within the Nasdaq, what we also know is, we have Google over there. So or Alphabet, I should say. So what we're saying is that, okay, we wanted to see Google prices moving lower. Now, obviously, Nasdaq was very low with respect to the Nasdaq chart, was nowhere close to this particular chart, but obviously Google's chart is still showing you very good long upward strength. So what we want to do with respect to Google chart over here is that we wanted to look for an area of support, and that area of support for me with respect to this particular one is going to be in around this area. So right over here, 163.4 to all the way to over here. Now you may be thinking that why do you draw two lines? Because it is incredibly difficult to fish the price at the exact bottom. If you have an area and then you're trying to cash the price within that area, the chances would be bigger for you to get in. But if you just keep saying that I'm going to buy the exact bottom, the last tick, very difficult. And then trust me, like with the institution investing trader and like experience that I have, it is incredibly difficult to do that. But I think in terms of Google, the momentum is very strong. Even a small retracement in around 1725 could be a pretty good opportunity, but leave a bit of a room away with respect to stop losses. But this is a very good buy level with respect to that. Now let's have a look at Netflix. When it comes to Netflix, what we really see is that yes, this particular stock is under quite a lot of pressure. Let me delete this one. And what we wanted to see is we want the prices to come into our area of support, which is 452 to 462. We can see that the prices, these levels are coming from the previous videos. The price did come into this level and then it bounced back sharply up. The price did come 2 weeks ago back into this level, and now it bounced back up. Now it is going back into this area. So if this one doesn't become successful, then the next level of support that you wanted to focus on is going to be near its 50-week moving average. Obviously, we're talking everything with respect to weekly moving average. So the price level between 424 to 434. So this is your support level number one. This is your support level number two. These are the areas that you may want to focus on in terms of your buy zones. In terms of your sell zones, go for the top, nothing less than the top. So keep an eye on these particular price levels, 558 to 575. This is the area where I will really like to look into in terms of taking any profit. Let me see some of the questions, because I think questions have been coming quite thick and fast. Okay, can you zoom the screen a little? Okay, I will. So there we go. So if you can see it better, so that's your price levels. And again, the video for this one will be available on our on YouTube channel, so feel free to have a look on that later on. Once again, now let's have a look at Amazon. again, with respect to Amazon, talk about the work from home sort of a story, and quite important to emphasize over here is that this is not the best stock to own right now, because the weakness is coming into this stock, because sector rotation is happening. What is happening is investors moving, taking money out of a tech sector, pushing the money in banking sector, energy sector, airline sector, everything else apart from tech, because they know those stocks, those levels are very much beaten down. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So let me just actually show you what I mean by that. So what I have over here right in front of you right now is basically the airline sectors right over here, right? So this is your year-to-date performance. Now look at the opportunities. Of course, Ryanair has been an exception. It is already trading, recovered all of the losses, and it is trading 5% higher. But EasyJet down 42%, Wizz Air down 80%, American Airline down 48%, United Airline down 48%, Boeing down 32%, Delta 30%. And then you move into hotel or tourism sector. So companies like Marriott down 13%. Rolls-Royce, the best stock really right now, is down by another 52%, and massive room still left. So this is Rolls-Royce is a really great opportunity still. IHG Hotel Group down by 10%. Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, so because obviously cruises have not been operating, they are down by 38%. Norwegian Cruises down by 61%. TUI, TUI, which is your Thomas Cook like companies like that, that is also down by 44%. Great opportunities in sectors like that. Now similarly, when we move into the banking stocks, so these are your bank stocks, JP Morgan down -11%. Goldman Sachs, again an exception, it is up 3% year to date. Bank of America down still 17%. Morgan Stanley has been a very exception, has seen a tremendous run to the upside, and it is up 24%. Barclays is still down 19%. Lloyd's is down by 38%, and then HSBC and Standard Chartered, they are both down by over 30%. So again, massive opportunities. Now similarly, when we move into our energy stocks, they are, look, BP, which we have it on our platform at AvaTrade, down by -43%. Shell down by 39%. CVEX down by 20%, which is your Chevron, and then your Exxon Mobil down by 39%. Again, great opportunities in the energy sector, and then these stocks are massively down. But when we look at the tech sector, look at the tech sectors, you have Apple up 56%, Google up 31%, Amazon up 68%, Facebook up 34%, Microsoft up 35%, Netflix up 50%, Tesla up whopping 563%. So not really great levels over there. All right. So, okay, any analysis on gold? Joycey, if you're asking about gold, this is about stock, masterclass about stock. So if you wanted to look at gold, I did the video on YouTube channel only on gold, so have a look on that. Okay, don't worry about entry. If you lost the audio, you can go back. Why are airlines and cruise lines are good opportunity when we have Corona is due to new entry low? No, Grant, I think look, with the vaccine over here, this is for me, in my humble opinion, I think this is a good opportunity because they are still massively down, and travel will resume eventually. The worst is behind us. So if the worst is behind us, then maybe airlines is a good opportunity, and then we are seeing a lot of momentum among institutions moving into this area, right? Okay, so in terms of there's a question in terms of a support and resistance, which is your buy and sell level. Do I put them on the close or on the high? I always go for the high, or the high of the VIX. So if I'm picking them up, let's say that I'm going to draw a resistance level for Amazon. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go for the high of this candle right over here, and then perhaps I'm going to go the high of the previous candle, and sometimes I go to the close of the candle as well. So I form a very much of a zone. So as the price kind of moves into it, anywhere between that, I can just go short because this is my resistance zone. Similarly, if I'm looking for a buy zone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it right under this particular green candle, and then I'm going to move the other one just right over here where I encompasses a lot of other wicks and some other candles as well. So this gives me a good buy area, because I know this is where the buys have been looking to buy and then coming in and then really buying that. Yes, Lufthansa as well. Grant, no problem. All right, so that's pretty much with respect to that. So we've gone through a lot of number of stocks. We've done some analysis. Obviously, I couldn't really do the analysis on everything that we had, but we've done some analysis on some of the stocks. So this kind of gives you good overall of what exactly is happening. So right now, what we also had just now is US non-farm payroll. Sorry, not US weekly jobless data. There you go, claims at 778. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send that information straight to your, because obviously right now it is not showing. There you go. So I'm going to send all this information straight to you guys, so that if you are following on Twitter and then you will see a move in a currency, you will know that, okay, why that move has really happened. So let's just go over here. Sorry, just the platform has gone a little bit slow. Usually it goes very, very high, very, very quick. Come on. In the meantime, let's have a look while this one plugs in. What is the reaction in gold market? Because I wanted, okay, so the data has been worse than expected. Obviously, gold prices are moving higher, and that means the S&P 500 futures must have been moving lower, so the equity market must have been moving lower. Yeah, not much of a movement there, but surely there has been. All right, okay, so this particular platform has decided not to work with me right now. It is just not doing the job what I wanted to do, but maybe now it will. And then now durable good order is also out. There you go, a lot of data is coming out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you that information right over here as well. Now, if you are subscribed and you have the notifications on, you will get all of that information straight to your phone. There you go. So state continuing claims, let's just put them as well out for you guys. Continuing claims, come on. Over here, the GDP, preliminary GDP, there you go. And now if you are subscribed, once again, all this information would have gone to you straight to your mobile notification. All right, that's all for today. I'll see you guys next time.